Greetings and salutations, fellow Homo sapiens. Will here again with a little instance run. How are we all today? Me? I'm not too shabby. I'm starting to forget what morning's like, considering I keep sleeping through it. But alas, we've got instances to do. As you can quite clearly tell, I got Blackfathom depths. Now, I've already done Blackfathom depths, but unfortunately the footage was lost in the ritual purging of my PC that I mentioned yet the last time. So that explains why there's no quests. I would have liked to show you the quests, but I'll just explain them as we go through. It was a nice little run this, so I think it was about 35 minutes altogether. Nobody acted like a tool or like that, everybody stayed, which makes a nice change. I'll skip forward straight to this little bit, which is fairly unique in instances. You literally have to jump over these blocks to get forward. To my knowledge, there is literally nothing else in the entire game like this, because people will fail at it. If they put one of those in the current instance, people will fail at it. I just know it. But hey. Now, this place is heavily edited, because like I said, it's 35 minutes long. So I've just skipped to the first boss, this turtle thing. This really simple, easy boss. It didn't really hit the tank that hard, but it did an ability that hit the person in melee as well. I'll take this opportunity to explain what the group composition was. I think it was me healing as a priest, obviously. It was an orc warrior tanking, an orc warlock who was demonology, I think, something in melee. I'm fairly sure it was a rogue. It's always a rogue. I don't care who was in melee, and a druid DPS, exactly the same as last time. This druid was spec restoration, but came as DPS. Like I said, I don't mind. It's just bugs me. Like it's a tiny pet peeve. Low level, who cares? But it just bugs me. Does it bug anyone else? I don't know. And a chest piece drops. I think that chest piece always drops. One bad thing I will say about this group is they had a tendency to not move as a group, like split off. Someone will pull something over here, something will pull something over there. It got a bit awkward to heal, but not impossible. Tell you what, I will mention those things. Probably saw big shiny circular lights pop around my screen. What that means is I get a proc in my talents. Whenever you cast heal, greater heal, binding heal or flash heal, you get a chance of making your next flash heal instant cast and cost no mana. This is why I mentioned in my first video to get used to spamming heal, because you'll get procs like that. Now obviously we've got the second boss here, some Naga woman. Now, basically this boss is ridiculously simple, but the tank made it so awkward because, as you can see, it's just casting forked lightning on everybody. Alas, all I had to do was spam heal on everybody, but this could have been completely avoided if the tank had just turned the boss around. I don't mind, it gave me something to heal, because that's what I'm after. I'm after practice, I'm after big damage on the group so I can learn how to use my abilities properly, rather than just walking through. So I actually did enjoy this fight, even if it was done wrong. And some leather gloves drops. There's absolutely no use to me. But hey, it's not about loot. It's not the reason we're here. Now I've skipped way forward to the third boss. Like I said, it was a really, really big place. There's the prop again, to the third boss, some Murloc person. Again, this boss, so simple. But I think, yep, as you can see, the boss is running for me, and I use Fade. I've recently got Fade. What I would highly recommend if you're playing as a priest, regardless of spec, is bind Fade to something. I would highly recommend you bind it to Shift and Spacebar, because that way, just ding, bang, Fade straight away. Mobs go away, because you need to use it as soon as possible, because obviously you're wearing cloth, and the mobs will just destroy you. So it's highly worth you binding Fade to something that's extremely accessible and you can do without even thinking. Because Fade is one of your most important abilities to staying alive. It has saved me so many times, especially on my Shadow Priest when I pull aggro like an idiot. But this Murloc boss hardly even scratches the tank. You can see holy firing like a crazy person. It's all well and good. But the DPS in this group is just really low. I think that's what made it take so long. And some gloves, mail drops. I think that boss cannot drop anything besides those gloves. And we move on to just around the corner is this frozen elemental thing. It does give a quest, but I've already done it because I've already been here once. And I mentioned to the group that one of the quests is in the water, but they don't listen to me. But it is. If you swim down into there, there's an item on the ground, and when you click that, you get your quest item, and a mob spawns. And when you kill that, it drops a this item begins quest item from it, which leads on to handing in for more XP, and I think even an item, because I think I do actually get 2 blue rewards from all this, which is nice. And I think you get a robe, which is the robe I'm wearing, and something else I can't remember. It was a long time ago, I'll have to look it up. But yeah, this instance is definitely worth doing. You get a heck ton of XP just from killing, and you get some great rewards. Now skip forward again to the next boss. Well, the trash just before it, but don't worry, there will not be any more cuts from now on. Now you probably noticed a while back that I dinged level 25, which means yay, and what popped up on the screen was I now have the ability to get glyphs. This is a major flaw in this game, in my opinion. If this is your first character and you see, oh, what are these glyphs things? You look them up, oh, right, I can get them. Where are they from? Auction house, right, so you go to the auction house to buy some glyphs for your character to update your moves. They are so expensive. My god, you have no idea. I mean, at the moment I'm probably running around with about 5 gold tops, and you're looking at a decent glyph. Not a really, really good one, just a moderately decent glyph, about 15-20 gold. At least on my server anyway, which is ridiculous. So the only way to get glyphs is either be a scribe, know a scribe, or, I don't know, not this be your main character and just pay through the 9s, which sucks. So I'm basically going to spend a little bit of the next video trying to sort that out. Now this is the current boss. The boss itself is relatively simple, except he'll sleep everybody in melee range and then run to the range, usually someone who's hitting him, which was a fair pain because I could probably dispel it, except I've not got dispel magic. It's not till like level 30 odd I get that, which is so annoying. But hey, as you can see, everyone sleeps in melee range now, so I just had to spam heal the druid. But it was relatively simple, nobody died. It's a nice little mechanic, it's rather than just simple tank and spank. Now I do mention to the group, remember, hit those candles one at a time. I've already got those legs by the way. One at a time. Because as soon as you click one, mobs spawn. And if you click all 4 at the same time, loads of mobs will spawn, which happened last time. And we just about managed to survive, which was lucky, to say the least. So the first wave is these crabs. I don't think they're elites. Relatively simple. Like I said, this could only be a problem if you click all 4 candles at the same time, and 9 times out of 10 you're probably going to wipe unless your group knows exactly what they're doing. Which, if they do know what they're doing, they wouldn't hit 4 candles at the same time. I have actually wiped on this before. It's so irritating. But we basically trivialise it by doing it properly. To be honest, it's actually really nice how they've kept this in the game. I mean, it may just be a small little insignificant part, but they have changed quite a lot of old instances. Like Nomoran is very linear nowadays. They took the maze section out of Wailing Caverns. You know, obviously Dead Mines and Shadowfang Keep have all been completely changed. There's barely an instance that's not been touched, but they've kept this candle thing in the game exactly the same way, even though it can cause so much problems. To be honest, they really just need to remove it. It's pointless, it just wastes time. Don't get me wrong, you get a lot of XP from killing, but it can cause so many problems if people don't know what they're doing, and it's low level, so people won't know what they're doing. So in my honest opinion, ditch the candles, just open the door when the boss dies. Simple. But alas, we've still got to deal with it. So we've got these water elementals who've just died, and I think the next wave is some little turtles. I can't remember. It's a very, very dull part of the game in my opinion. I mean, the fact that we did it properly, you know, one at a time, just made it so there was hardly anyone to heal, so it was just dull, you know. I got incredibly bored, which is not what you want. Right, well, since I've only got about 5 minutes of footage left and very little to say, what I'm going to talk about is what I've learned about pre-healing within the first 25 levels. From what I can gather, it's obviously relatively simple at this stage in the game, and if somebody's just taking a bit of damage to the tank's been hit, as normal, you just use the heal. You know, that is your go-to heal, is your number one. Spam this, everything's going to be hunky-dory. Now, say for instance, somebody's just taking a huge ton of damage, a DPS is over aggro and taking a lot of damage, or the tank's taking damage but he's miles away, and you've got to get to him, and you worry he's going to die. Hit that flash heal. You know, that is the way to go. It'll heal for a lot, it'll drain your mana a bit, but it'll be worth it because they'll stay alive. Say for instance you anticipate that damage is going to be done but you're not going to be able to heal it, you know, there's going to be a silence, there's going to be a stun, you're going to have to move, use power shield. You know, that's the way to go. You know, hit that on and then you can move about. Same with renew, very similar. Stick a renew on if you're going to be moving about a lot. Like say for instance you just killed a mob but the tank's taking some damage and you're running towards the next one. Stick a renew on so you can move, so you don't have to stand there and cast. Obviously these are all the bare skeleton type, the bare essentials of the pre-healing. From what I can gather, I could be very, very wrong for all I know, but I've noticed that you will have to keep spamming heal as much as possible because you want that surge of light, because if you get that you get a nice flash heal for free. Flash heal is so good. I mean, it heals at the moment for about 3/4 of somebody's health, and if you can get that for free, you know, what's not to love? Now, a similar thing as before has just happened. The warlock and the druid are off fighting a turtle up here, whereas the tank is fighting something down there. That's what I was on about. The warlock took a lot of damage, but was miles away. So when I got to him, chucked a shield up and then spammed that flash heal, because you know, if you're a little bit longer, and you probably could have died. So here we have the end boss of the instance, a 3-headed Hydra thing that's all, you know, hunky-dory. From what I can gather, you know, I'm going to say the words relatively simple. What I noticed is the tank took quite a lot of damage right at the very start. I don't know why, I don't know what he was doing. And also the warlock decided to life tap. Ugh, life tapping warlocks. Die in fire, all of you. I'm sure he's got a poison on him, some kind of disease. No, it wasn't a disease because I tried to abolish it, because I've recently got the ability to get rid of diseases. I probably shouldn't have mentioned that. But the tank took a lot of damage from the poison thing, but after that, nothing. Relatively simple. And the boss goes down. I mean, Blackfathom Depths, really good instance. Really, really big and only worth doing once. But the quests are good, the XP is good, the rewards are good. Do it once, at least once, and probably only if you get it as a random, because it'll be a nice chunk. If you've got heirlooms, Christ, you'd go through about 3 levels in this place. But if you've not, you probably only go through 1. But you definitely will level up in it because it's freaking huge. The DPS we had in this group were relatively poor. I mean, you saw that Hydra took ages to die. 2-handed sword drop, that's obviously no use to me, and I let the group know about this YouTube channel. So hopefully, let me know if you're one of these people in this group, because the shaman from the previous run got in touch and said, oh, you know, I was in this group, but I said I'm a shaman, not a rogue. I don't care if you're melee, you're a rogue. Oh dear, but glad to be out of there. Makes it a 35-minute long. That's a long time to spend in an instance at this level. So let's have a look what's in the old baggeroony. And it's a belt with spirit on. So I replaced the current one because spirit is the go-to stat as a healer. Pretty much everything needs to have spirit on because you need it. Anyway, I'll see you next time.